Faster Fluency Conversation Club, episode 99, our monthly review for September, Opportunities. Welcome to the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast by Business English with Christina. The Faster Fluency Conversation Club takes place on Zoom and is a way for English learners to improve their fluency and confidence in English by talking about real-world topics. We meet for 1 hour every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you're interested in practicing your English, becoming more confident, and meeting people just like you from all around the world, while my expert teachers and I guide you to become better in English, just click the link in the show notes. Our podcast listeners receive a 40% discount their first month in the club. Come and join us today. Hi, everybody. This is Christina here with the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast. And today I have the wonderful pleasure of being here with Matthew, your Fluency Club leader, and with Fredrik, who has been in the Fluency Club. So, Fredrik, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
I love the Fluency Club. So perhaps I can give some insights or some ideas for people.
Yeah, we're going to get into some of that, like opportunities with the Fluency Club, maybe. And Matthew, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right. A little bit under the weather. I got vaccinated yesterday.
Yeah, but you're doing good. Getting better by the hour. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, Matthew. So I'll hand it over to you. And so, what are we talking about in our review week this week?
Yeah. So this month we talked all about opportunities. So how to create opportunities. What opportunities have we had in our life, or any interesting things that were maybe a surprise happenstance type of thing that came out of nowhere, came out of left field, as we say.
Yeah.
So, this week we are joined again by Fredrik. Thank you for coming. I had the pleasure of working with Fredrik, of course, in FFCC and in individual lessons. And he just finished. So first of all, congratulations. It was such a pleasure working with you. And we'll just start right off here. So Fredrik, please tell us, do you have any ideas of how to create opportunities for yourself?
I think my intuitive strategy to create opportunities to keep learning in all directions, I would say. I'm pretty spontaneous in that sense, and I go with the flow with what catches my interest. So with English, I had the sense for a couple of years that I want to level up. And then I found Christina's course, and all the coaching I got from you, Matthew, and others was just awesome. So that is more of a thing that when I seek joy for the sake of learning, joy in the sake of learning, so to speak. So I just keep pushing forward and find things that are interesting in other fields as well.
Yeah, exactly. And and I think if you're always learning things, that's going to lead you on paths to, different opportunities or new opportunities that you wouldn't have gotten or, wouldn't have found if you had never set off on that learning path. So that's definitely a good way to create opportunities for yourself, is go out and explore new learning paths. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Typically, before COVID, I went to, courses and conferences, and I read a lot. And, online, you can find all sorts of communities. So I tend to explore a lot of different things. And in the end, I think that creates opportunities because it creates new ideas. And when I connect those ideas with people, and I work as a consultant, so often I can use them with my clients. So that is super awesome. And they are, I think, often inspired by that as well.
Yeah, I think go with the flow. I also live by this motto, and you never know what opportunities might pop up, right? If you just keep your eyes open, keep working. And I think opportunities are in front of us all of the time, but sometimes we see them, sometimes we don't see them. But just keep going, and you'll see those opportunities in front of you. So I like that. Let's see. Second week we talked about opportunities gained and lost. thanks to language in
Mm.
particular. So obviously you're here today speaking in English, your second language. So what kind of opportunities have come up in your life due to language?
I was participating in a 5-year learning course, international course in English, not about English, but
Right.
it was in English. So that was a really Kickstarter for me to explore the written language, because we started with text-based communication, and then we went into, at that time, Skype meetings. So I learned a lot, became a little bit more confident in English. Not at the level I am now, I'm much better now. But so that was an opportunity because I was forced. I was so interested in that, the subject about human beings and communication change and stuff like that. And I was forced to explore the English language. Otherwise, I couldn't be a participant in that learning. So I think context can be coaching in itself. So it's like when I go to this, to your course here, then it forces me to think in English, to dare to speak English, and also explore English in different ways on Twitter, or listen to podcasts or whatever.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
That answered the question. Yeah. It's like, what opportunities did you have thanks to English? And it was that opportunity to follow that training program, which was useful for your career and your work, which, like you said, like if you didn't speak English, you wouldn't have been able to follow that training, to have access to that knowledge, basically. And yeah, like definitely a lot of people, I think we've had other people who say, like, I want to follow this training program or this coaching program for my business, but it's in English and I'm not sure if I can do it. And yeah, it can definitely open, again, like new doors because of the training itself, but maybe also because of the people you meet in that training. So yeah, that's a very good answer to that question.
Absolutely.
And
it's just an example of like how one thing can lead to another, leads to another, leads to another. And sometimes we do need that kind of, you use the word, I was forced into it. Sometimes that's a blessing in disguise, we say, right?
Yeah.
Very good answer. Very good. And so let's see. Yeah. And then week 3, we talked about like surprise meetings that led to opportunities, or something that just came out of nowhere, or we say something that came out of left field. It was unexpected, but led to a great opportunity for you, either personally or in your.
Perhaps I'm not thinking about it like as a special event, but I think that is happening to me all the time. In the sense, when I keep learning, I meet new people and new connections just present themselves, and the opportunities present themselves via discussions with other people. So now this week, for example, I have a guy who participated in the learning program I talked about. And we're probably doing a project together. And we had just a casual social conversation earlier this week. And now we have an idea of a project. So in a way, the meeting wasn't a surprise, but the opportunity became a surprise. So perhaps something interesting will come out of that. So I think being able to, or looking for meeting new people and connecting with old friends as well, makes surprises happen. So that would be my way of approaching it, even though I can't remember perhaps more. When I met my wife, for example, was actually a surprise meeting. She just hurt her knee. It slowed her down. It makes me got the opportunity to speak to her for many minutes. And now we have 2 kids and live together, married, and so on. So perhaps that was my best surprise meeting.
That's a really good surprise meeting. It's a life changer, as they say.
Life changer.
Yeah. No, that's great.
I agree with you. I think, the people we meet, everybody's so fascinating and interesting. And, we don't know their background until we start speaking with them. And then, life and people are full of surprises. And so, keep meeting people and interesting opportunities arise.
Yep, exactly. So I think that's all of the topics that we went through in this month in the Fluency Club. So I think that's gives us a pretty good panorama of everything that we talked about, and then gives us some specific examples, from Fredrik, from your life. So thank you very much for sharing all of that with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, right. And I think we're good for wrapping up September, the Faster Fluency Conversation Club theme of opportunities. And next month in October, we've got some celebrations coming up. So I'll leave it at that. It'll be a surprise for what's coming in October. Fredrik, I want to say thank you very much for volunteering to come on and share your experience and your stories with us. Very brave and courageous. And it's a good way to show others that they can do it too. And you can enjoy speaking English and sharing with the world. All right. I think we're done for today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
good day.
guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening again this week. As a bonus for our listeners, we've now made the transcript public so you can read after listening. Our goal is to help you improve all aspects of your English, and you're not alone. One of the best parts of joining the Faster Fluency Conversation Club is the friendships that our members make with people from all around the world. Learning is so much more fun when you're doing it with other people, and when you have fun while you learn, you're much more likely to remember what you learned. On top of that, all of our members receive new materials each week to help them prepare to talk about the topic. You'll get new exercises for vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, plus related articles, activities, and of course, tremendous support from the community each week. If you'd like to join, the link for more details is in the show notes for this podcast, and we hope to see you in the club.